Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today's video is just a good old get ready with me. I did my full face. I had a fair amount of new things to try out and test out and play with you guys. So that's what I did today. I had a lot of fun. I love how this look came out and I'm excited to just chat with you, hang out, show you how I did it. As far as my accessories today go, this necklace was a gift, but these earrings are from Undoubtedly Mad and I love them so much. They're so reflective and so cool. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get to the video. Get out your makeup if you're doing your makeup with me. Throw me on as background noise, whatever you like to do with these kinds of videos, and let's just hang out. Alrighty, friends, let's get into this get ready with me. I feel like it's been a minute since I've done a full face with you guys, so let's just dive in. Obviously, I did already do my brows, and of course I primed before I did my brows because I like to give my skin time to really let the primer sink in. So I used the Flower Beauty Skin Smoothie Radiant Glow Primer. I'm almost out of this actually. Tempted to get another one, but I have a lot of primers, so I think I'm just gonna use this one up. Maybe in the future I'll pick up another one, but I am enjoying it. I mean, I've used it since I think last year, and it's a nice glow. I'm into it. I have a couple new things to try out in this video as well. First being this foundation that I picked up at Ulta, the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream. Not a full coverage girl, so we're gonna see how that goes, but I just love the idea of it being like a dewy finish. It has SPF 30. All good things. So we're gonna see how this goes. I picked up the shade Fair 120N. Just have a little pump of it, actually quite a big pump on the back of my hand. I probably could have gone in with a little less since I'm not huge on full coverage. So we'll just go with that much. I still have a huge glob on my hand and we'll see how this goes. How are you guys? What's up? Tell me everything. How's life? What's the hot gossip? Tell me all the things. What have you been up to? I would love to know. How's your May? How's spring? Or fall if you're on the other hemisphere. You know, this is definitely more fuller coverage. I might have gotten more of a medium with the amount that I used, but it looks pretty nice. Like, it doesn't look super thick on my skin, which is nice. But we shall see. We shall see. Obviously, I have to actually finish blending it out and applying other products on top, but first initial impression is I'm not mad at this, so that's a good sign. And note to self, I can definitely use probably just half a pump and cover my whole face, because this was basically a pump and a half, because that first initial pump on a new foundation is always like a half a pump. So I probably could have gotten away with just that, and that would have been plenty. We went to Colorado recently, visited our friends out in Colorado Springs. That was super fun. My vlog where that trip happened is already up. It's not super in depth with the trip itself because we were also just trying to have friend time, but I showed off some things that we were up to and it was a good time. It was so nice to be back. The weather was beautiful. I miss it already. All right, that is all blended and looking good. I'm feeling pretty okay with that. Even up close, I'm not mad at it. I feel like my nose has been a little dry lately, probably just with like changing from different weather situation across the country, from humid Florida to dry Colorado, and being on a plane and stuff, my nose is a little dry. But for the most part, I'm not mad at how this looks. I'm pretty good with it. For concealer, I am just gonna use my Makeup by Mario one. Mine's in the shade 120. Do you have any other plans coming up? I'm going tomorrow, which it'll have already happened by the time this video goes up, but I'm going to Epcot with my mom tomorrow. That'll be fun, kind of celebrating her birthday. Gonna do some flower and garden festivities. I've already been to Flower and Garden Festival twice this year already, and I'm so excited to go a third time before it ends. It's just my favorite. The food is so yummy and it looks so pretty. This concealer seems like it's blending in with the foundation nicely, which is good. I don't use a crazy large amount of it, but it's still nice to see it cooperating pretty nicely. Yeah, I feel like my only part that's a little questionable is my nose, but usually once I add like bronzer and powder and stuff like that, that starts to look a little more evened out. So I'm just gonna persevere. No going back now. I am getting ready for work today. Definitely don't have time to start over. So I am just gonna set just my under eyes really quick with my Sigma loose powder in the shade Vanilla Bean. I'm gonna do a little bit of a liquid blush, possibly also a powder. I might do both, but I do wanna just get my under eyes set so that they stay put throughout everything so that nothing gets creasy and weird. I'll also kind of set around my mouth. I feel like ever since I started using a powder puff to set those areas, I like don't think I can ever go back. I just love how easy it presses into the skin. It's so nice. Do a little on the middle of my forehead too, like right in between my brows, just to help with any forehead creasiness too. That's where I'm gonna leave that for now. I am gonna do bronzer and stuff still, but since I'm gonna use a powder, I'm gonna do my blush first, then bronze, then potentially add some more powder blush. So I haven't used these on camera, I don't think yet, but the Profusion little liquid blush hours are so cute. The brand sent me 6 of them. I don't know if there's more than 6 shades. This one's in rosé, but like the little applicator is so cute. I just kind of dot some, like, I don't know, where I want my blush to be. And then I'll take my sponge and just blend it out. I've been using these pretty consistently over the last 2 weeks or so. Well, that one's pretty sheer. I was gonna say they have pretty good pigmentation and blend out nicely, but this one must be the lightest one. I think this is one of the only shades I haven't tried yet. But I am liking these. Yeah, this is definitely the sheerest one, so we probably will go in with some powder blush. Well, this wasn't a great showcase of this blush now, was it? But I have the other ones right here, and they're all really pretty. I mean, I guess it's very obvious that this was the lightest one. But you know, it's fine, it's fine. Dot some on my nose. Have you been watching anything lately? What have you been reading? I'm currently on the 5th book of the Shatter Me series. I've been really pushing through finishing that series this year because I read the first one last year, and I've gotten back into it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm only like 30% of the way through, but it's good. They're just such fast-paced books. They're like YA dystopian. I enjoy them. Yeah, that's a very sheer blush. Maybe not the one I would recommend, unless you just like a very subtle sheer blush, but this one's very subtle. I am just gonna set the rest of my face with my NYX High Glass Finishing Powder and use my giant Fantasy Cosmetica F04 brush just to set the rest of my face before I go in with my powder bronzer, just so I don't have any patchiness or weirdness. And I mentioned before, but this I don't think is available anymore. I stockpiled it forever ago when it was getting discontinued, and I still have some left. I think I have one more compact after this one. But honestly, I'm not even sad when I run out. I'll just use my e.l.f. Halo Glow because that one still leaves kind of a soft radiance, even though it's in loose powder form. I'll just use that everywhere. It will not be the end of the world. And maybe by then, e.l.f. will have come up with a pressed version of the Halo Glow powder. I would love to see that. I feel like that blush did literally nothing. I was so excited to like hype it up, but that was the sheerest shade they have. So I bought one of the NYX Buttermelt bronzers. I've been so excited to try these. This is in the shade All Butted Up. It's like a really pretty, like glowy bronzer. I love it. I'm gonna use my Sigma F44 brush for this. I have not used this yet, so I don't know how it's gonna go. Just trying not to make sure it goes overkill. Okay. All right, all right. That's pretty pigmented, I gotta say, but that's fine. A little goes a long way, good to know. Barely tap in. I do love a glowy bronzer moment though. I think it's so pretty. You know, that's actually a pretty nice color. It's not too orangey or anything. It just kind of looks tan, which I never look, so that's cool. I simply don't tan. The most I can give you is a burn, and then I go back to ghostly. There's no tan in my skin. It just does not exist. I am a ghost. That's just what I'm meant to be. I do like that bronzer. That's really pretty. I'm not mad at that at all. Back to TV. I just haven't really been in a TV mood lately myself, but I did, however, start rewatching with Zane Once Upon a Time like a couple days ago. I never finished it. There's like 7 seasons, and I only ever got to like season 3, and then I never picked it up again years ago when it was like actually airing. So I don't know. It feels like nostalgic. I'm like on episode 3 or 4. It like feels so nostalgic to like watch a show like this because it just, I don't know, takes me back to my early 20s. I do like this bronzer, I gotta say. This is pretty. It has a really nice sheen to it. I like it a lot. I could even see myself using this on days where like I don't really wear a whole lot, like maybe just my e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter, tiny bit of concealer, brows, maybe some bronzer, some freckles, call it a day. Honestly, that might be my uniform of choice tomorrow at Disney. I want to look a little alive, but it's going to be 1,000 degrees and I will melt. All right, so let's go back for a little more blush. I really want to dive into my Amy Loves Makeup and Adept palette. I want to use a little bit of Cupid. I think that could be cute. Kind of go with the vibe nicely. I'm going to use my Sigma F11, just dip in once, tap it off, and I'm just going to lightly just kind of dust some in like that upper cheekbone area. A little bit of draping. I just want this to melt in with my blush really nicely. Yeah, I think that's cute. It's a good little combo. Just gonna dust this across my nose. I'm pretty pleased with how my skin's looking. I feel like it's all coming together really nicely. I am liking this foundation. As someone who doesn't prefer high coverage, I think it's doing the thing nicely. I'm gonna keep playing with it and see though. Just gonna do some fake freckles with my Nabla freckle pen. I don't really want a whole lot, just like a couple like teenies on my nose. Oh, it's raining outside again. This is just the worst time of year because it rains a little every day, and like I'm not against the rain, but I don't like it when it's hot and humid because then it just feels nasty. And I have to leave the house today, so that's not fun. Just gonna go in with a smidgen more blush just to melt those freckles in a little bit more. And then for highlighter, I think I wanna use Aries from that palette actually. This is just such a pretty glossy shade. I love it so much. Amy really did the thing with this blush palette. It's so pretty. Well, I'm pretty happy with my skin. I feel bronzy, glowy. This is nice. I'm just going to spray my face with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, and we'll move on to the eyes. All right, so for the eyes, I want to play with one of the new little Nomad palettes. These haven't launched yet. I believe they'll launch on May 21st. I'll have them linked down below, but there's going to be 3 little palettes coming out. They're all like airport travel themed. So this is the YXC airport. This is what I'm going to use today. The cutie little bluey green sort of moment. It's so cute. This is my favorite of the 3, of course. We also have the AUH. This one's more of like a rusty kind of vibe. I love the shimmers in here. They're very metallic. And we have the OSL. This one is like a cool toned little dream. I love cool tone neutrals. Like if I'm gonna play with neutrals, yes. So I will play with these over on like Instagram, YouTube Shorts as soon as I can. They might already be up by the time this video goes up. If not, they'll be coming soon. But today I really wanted to focus on this palette. I also think I'm going to incorporate some of the Jelly Much shadows from the Colourpop Precious Metals collection because I haven't gotten a chance to use those yet. So I'm going to start by priming with my pigment base from Profusion. I'm going to blend this out with my little Makeup by Mario concealer brush. So I want to start with, I want to say Mousse Crossing. I just want to kind of get my lightest shade laid down. I'm going to use my Lethal 200 brush, and I'm just going to dust this kind of in just like that outer half of my like lid, drag it into the crease, just to get a little bit of a base laid down for my blue and green to blend into. Sometimes I start dark and go light. Sometimes I start middle and branch off both ways. Today I'm feeling light first. That's just how it's gonna be. So just kind of dusting that lower lash line, all that good stuff. Now I want to take Find Your Peak. I'm going to use the E38 side of this dual-ended brush, and I'm just going to start kind of doing the same thing, just keeping it a little tighter to just the outer half of the eye, but I still want a little bit of that winged out shape. I want it to kind of blend into that first shade I laid down. Just getting a little bit of that gradient building. Go in with that first brush too, just to keep making sure that blend is really soft and diffused. And of course, I want to add in that beautiful green. Take a Hike. What a fun name. I'm going to use the E54 side of that same dual-ended brush. And again, I'm going to focus this mostly just in this outer little pocket. I am going to use that dark green shimmer to kind of blend and then into the Jelly Much shadow. But I want to start with just the matte in the outer corner, creating a little bit of like a V. And I want that to kind of blend in toward everything else. I'll pop some of this on that lower lash line as well. And just make sure that all kind of connects and blends and blurs. I'll even kind of make a little cocktail of the blue and the green on that blending brush. And then just start kind of very lightly, very gentle touch, just blending and stretching out that outer corner. Oh, look how pretty that is. I'm just such a sucker for blue and green, you guys know. Just gonna use that big fluffy brush again, just to further more diffuse. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Moving on to some shimmer now. I'm gonna take my NYX Glitter Primer. I use it with every shimmer ever. I'm just gonna start with a clean E54 brush. I have another one that's not on a dual-ended brush. And I'm just gonna plop this all over the lid, just a little layer of it. Nothing too crazy. And I'm gonna start with Mountain Calling, that beautiful shimmer green. Are you kidding me? That's gorgeous. So I kind of just want this on like the outer little bottom corner of this look, just to kind of blend in with my bluey green mattes. Something for that Jelly Much shadow to hopefully blend into. I'm kind of nervous. I haven't used one of the Jelly Much shadows in quite a long time. So I'm kind of nervous to work with them, but I think it's gonna be fine. I do really quick want to just take River Rafting, that metallic blue as well, and I want to pop that on the lower lash line before I go in with the Jelly Much. Can you tell I'm nervous? This is just a little pencil brush from Game Beauty, and also just an excuse for me to use more shades in this palette. I guess I used all but one. I didn't use that like khaki green color. I used the other 5, so that's pretty good. Okay, jelly time. I'm gonna use these two. I thought the silvers would be cool with this look, so I kind of want to use all mine on the lid itself, blending into the green, kind of dark and dramatic. And then I wanted to use foiled plans in the inner corner. We'll see how this goes. I'm worried this might be too dark now that I think about it, but we're gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna take this little Sigma E55 brush. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of this product. If this ends up being too dark, I'm just gonna top the green over it. I just kind of wanna see how this goes with it. And I might leave a little bit of that front lid blank for the lighter silver. I think that could be pretty. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I'm not mad at that. Okay, okay. So far, so good. I'm just gonna make sure this is blending nicely before it dries all the way down. I'm just using very light pressure. There we go. Oh, this isn't scary at all. I don't know why I was so worried. It's just been so long since I played with them. I kind of forgot what they were like. Silver is quite nice. I like it a lot. Let's take the brighter one now, Foiled Plans. Grab the little insert and just use this little Colourpop E26 brush. And I want to just kind of pop this on that remaining front part of my lid. Drag that into the darker silver. And I want to take and pop some of this in that inner corner. That's kind of nice. Kind of a silvery moment. This is pretty. Just gonna blend again around those edges. Just make sure everything is flowing nicely. I'm feeling pretty good about that though. I do just want to add a smidgen more of that green in the outer corner. Just kind of lightly tippy-tappying it, just to bring that through a little bit more. Yeah, because now it's a little bit more green into the different silvers. I think that's cool. That's nice, I like it. I'll probably use just like a nice dark green eye pencil. Yeah, I think that sounds good. All right, I threw in the Spare Time pencil from Colourpop. Felt like it fit nicely. And then I do have a mascara that Smashbox sent me, the Super Fanned Out Mascara. I figured we could try it together. If you guys know, then you know. I'm very picky about mascara. Not a lot of them work for me as far as just like a standalone mascara. I do wear false lashes a lot of the time, but when I don't, my lashes are very short, they're straight, they don't hold a curl. I'm very particular. It pretty much has to be waterproof. The Surratt like little no bristle mascara also works really well for me. I'm gonna start by curling pretty intensely with my little lash curler, and we'll give this mascara a try and see if they droop instantly or if they hold. This doesn't say it's waterproof, so I'm not feeling like overly optimistic, but we'll just see. Worst case scenario, they look bad and I wear false lashes. Best case scenario, it looks amazing and then I'll be done. All right, I'm very curled. Let's get in there, root to tip. Really trying to do that curly motion as best as I can. This mascara has a very strong scent, I must say. Well, it's definitely not horrible. We'll see how long this lasts though, because in my experience, it'll look good for 2 seconds and then it'll droop down. So I'm gonna do the other eye and we'll see how the other one's holding up. I feel like now that the second eye's fresh, I can already tell that the first eye's starting to droop down now. So might not be like my ultimate mascara for lots of length, but it's fine. It made them super black. That's what really matters. I'll probably still throw some lashes on. Before I do that though, I do want to take my Static Blue Mascara from Lethal. I thought this could be kind of cute on that lower lash line just to intensify the blue a little bit more. And then for my lip today, I kind of want to use this pencil. This is Honey Rose from Lawless. Just gonna line and fill in just a little bit before I go in with my gloss. And I like to just make sure the edges are kind of blurred and just lining the top and then just kind of blending it down. I know, something like that. Just filling in that top middle a little bit. And again, just kind of blurring it out. And then It Cosmetics sent me a couple of these Confidence in a Serum glosses. So I just want to use this one today. You guys know me, a sheer basically clear sparkly gloss. This one's in the shade Self Assured. I don't know, I thought this just could be nice with the overall vibe today. It smells nice. Ooh, it smells like gummies. That's pleasant. It does feel very serum-y, like very just treatment-esque. Like it doesn't feel like a sticky gloss. All right, well my lashes are on. I threw on my bright lashes, Flutter lashes, and I love it. And this is the look. I just need to take my little clips out. And yeah, there we are. I love it. I think this came out so pretty. Thanks so much for watching my video. I had so much fun today just hanging out, doing my makeup, testing things out. I had a pretty good time with everything. I think my only thing I wasn't in love with was specifically the rosé shade of those Profusion blushes, because I like the other ones. That one was just a little too sheer. But otherwise, I'm really happy with this look. The gloss feels good. The Jelly Much shadows look nice. I really like this Nomad palette. I'm excited about everything. Even the foundation, surprisingly, I feel like looks pretty darn good. I would just love to hear your thoughts. Let's chat down below. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave some blue and green emojis, because that's definitely the vibe today. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm BATTYBEAN there as well. And if you want, you can subscribe. I'm posting most days over here. You can also join my channel memberships. Link to sign up will be down below. You'll get fun little perks, including a members only video once a month. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.